it's Sine. Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know, I'm slowly transitioning my winter capsule into spring at the moment, and I'd just like to say that you should do this whenever it fits you and whenever you think it makes sense. I mean, at the moment we have a lot of snow in Denmark, it's freezing outside. It's definitely not what you would consider spring weather at all, and I don't think the real spring weather will be here before at the middle of March or maybe even at the end of March. So even though I'm here transitioning, building my spring capsule, please bear in mind that I am a capsule wardrobe blogger. I'm providing you with lots of inspiration. But if it doesn't make sense to you to start your spring capsule yet, then don't do that. You know, you can do it whenever it fits you and whenever you feel like it makes most sense. Obviously, many of the items that I'm gonna have in my spring capsule can be layered up and be worn now already, even though it's freezing outside. But there are definitely some items that I can't wear yet, like all of my flats and things like that. But again, I'm just starting now because I want to inspire you guys. I want to provide you with content so you can start considering how you want your own spring capsule to be. Do it whenever you find it suitable. Don't just build it just because the calendar says that it's officially spring. You don't have to. So with that out of the way, I thought I just wanted to go through a couple of steps to kind of give your wardrobe a deep cleanse before making it ready for spring. So that is what today's video is going to be all about. I don't necessarily do all of these steps whenever the seasons change. So when we transition from winter to spring, that's kind of a big difference between those seasons. I will give my wardrobe a big deep cleanse. So I'd say really just a couple times each year, it's great to do these steps. So I would definitely recommend you to take everything out of your wardrobe, and I mean every single thing. Because this way it is not only easier to clean everything, to clean the entire closet, the shelves, the drawers, everything, but you also kind of force yourself to go through all of your possessions just one more time. And I think it's great to kind of constantly revise what you have in your wardrobe, not only to reassure yourself that the things that you have are great, you don't need any more stuff, but also just to kind of go through everything and see if everything is still in great shape. So that is definitely step number one, take everything out of your closet. So step number two is to divide all of your possessions into different piles. And I kind of have 5 different piles that I like to divide my clothes into, or that I recommend you guys to divide it into. So the first pile is all of the items that are considered seasonals. And as you know, I kind of keep my seasonal items divided from the rest of my wardrobe. So my entire basic wardrobe is kind of being kept together, and then I have all of my seasonals in the other side of my closet, because then I can easily take out all of those seasonals and exchange them with some new one that I either have stored away or maybe I've bought a few new pieces. So another pile that I recommend you to make is one for everything that must be dry cleaned. Everything that you can't wash yourself. So that would be things like blazers or jackets. Then I recommend you to make a pile of shoes that needs to be taken to the local cobblers, especially when it comes to my more expensive boots like my Acne boots, but definitely in general, all of my boots, I like to take them to the local cobblers every once in a while just to get them resoled and have him look through the surface if there's something he can do to kind of fix them up a bit so that they're ready for another season. And that leads me to the next pile, which is all of the items that you need to repair before you can take them into use again. So that could be jeans that you need to hem or take in somehow, maybe that you have something with a little hole in it, or just something that you want to upcycle and update. All of these things that you kind of want to fix before you can take them into use again, gather them together in one pile. Lastly, I recommend you to make a pile for all of the things that you want to sell or donate. And I recently made a blog post sharing some thoughts on this whole season of donating a whole lot of clothing, because I think many people think that they only do a good deed when they donate something, but there's actually a whole industry surrounding all of the clothes that we donate. So if you want to dig into that subject, I recently made a post on that on my blog, and I will make sure to link the post down below. So now that you have everything taken out of your wardrobe, it is time to give the physical surroundings of your wardrobe a deep cleanse. So by this I mean cleaning all of the shelves and just making everything look fresh and ready for a new season. In this way you will get rid of dirt and dust, and it will just be much more inspiring opening your wardrobe every morning that you have a completely clean and fresh wardrobe. And also it gives you a whole new respect for all of the things that it contains. So now that you have cleansed your closet, it is time to have a look through the different piles that you made. So when it comes to the seasonal pile, I recommend you to go through all of the items in that pile to see if there's something that needs to be washed or repaired or anything like that before you store it away, because in that way, once the seasons change again, everything will be ready to take into use. And now it is winter, for example, so I don't necessarily wash all of my knitwear. There are some items where it makes more sense to just let them wash outside in fresh air. And actually our garments are better off air washing them like this in general, so you don't have to wash everything. If it's only a smell that you want to get rid of, you can just hang it out in fresh air for a couple of hours. At the same time, I also like to give handbags and leather boots and things like that some care with some leather lotion, again just so that it's ready for the new season. Then for the pile that you have made for things that needs to be repaired, things that needs to be taken to the dry cleaners and the local cobblers. So what I do with this pile is that I like to schedule a day, maybe just a few hours, to deal with all of it. So I will take things to the dry cleaners the same day as I also swing by the local cobblers, because then I'm out of the house anyway. And then also all of the things that needs to be repaired, I gather them together in a pile and I put them into our office. And then I pick a day where I just go through everything, just deal with it, get it over with, instead of just postponing it. So just do it. Just get it done. So now it is time to put everything back into your closet, and how you store your clothes is definitely a personal matter, and it also kind of depends on what kind of closet or cabinet or drawers you have. Maybe you like the KonMari method where you kind of fold everything so that it stands in rows. I'm definitely not a fan of that system, but if you are, that's cool. In my closet, it doesn't really make sense to store my clothes like this. I'm the type of person who likes to have all of my, or most of my wardrobe hanging on hangers instead, because I just think it gives a great overview and it spares me from a lot of time when it comes to folding, because when I take it out of the washing machine, I put it directly onto hangers, and then once it's dry, I can just hang it straight into my closet. So I'm definitely one of those people who like to have almost everything hanging. Of course, I don't hang up my knitwear and things like that because it can kind of leave marks on the shoulders. So the hangers I use are probably not the best to keep your clothes on in the long run, because they're very thin and they do leave little marks on the shoulders sometimes, depending on what kind of garment it is, but really it's not a problem for me. I'm not the one to tell you what kind of hangers to choose. Maybe you could find some wooden hangers that are kind of more thick and sturdy. But really what I want to say here in this point is that you should reconsider how you store your clothes. Find a system that inspires you and that you find it easy to keep tidy and neat at all times. In general, I'm not a huge fan of having my clothes in huge piles, because I feel like often I forget about something and it gets wrinkled, and I'm just not a fan of that system at all. So I definitely enjoy having all of my items hanging in my wardrobe instead. When it comes to the clothes that I store away, I just keep them in these large plastic boxes in the other side of my wardrobe. Some people like to store it away in cotton bags or bed rollers. So again, it's about finding a system that works for you. This is just what works for me. And also it kind of depends again on what kind of closet you have. These were just the boxes that I had available that could fit into my closet. So that's what I chose. So really it's about looking at what opportunities you have like that. So that is what I like to do to give my wardrobe a deep cleanse before a new season, just to start fresh and to make my wardrobe look inspiring again. And like I said in the beginning, I don't necessarily do this every time the seasons change. Just a couple of times a year, I think it's a great idea to give your wardrobe a cleanse like this. So a while back I made another video with 10 of my best tips on how to take care of your wardrobe, because I think one of the most important things when you have a capsule wardrobe, and if you want to have a more sustainable wardrobe, it is to take better care of all of the things that it contains. So I'll make sure to link that one down below if you want even more tips on how to take care of everything inside your wardrobe, everything from shoes to jewelry to clothing. I've covered everything. And of course, if you have more tips, make sure to leave them down below of that video as well, because we can all get wiser, I think. My next video will be up on Sunday, and it's going to be my spring capsule wardrobe, the final result of my spring capsule wardrobe. So stay tuned for that one, because I can't wait to share it with you. There's also going to be a lot of different looks and a haul and all the good stuff. So that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want daily outfit inspiration on how I style my capsule wardrobes, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And remember, all of my guides, all of my capsule wardrobe templates and everything is over on my blog. So there's a link to my blog down below. So before you go, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I'd love to have you around. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye guys. I don't necessarily